Welcome to Africa Powerline TV, your source for the latest news and politics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below.
Over 150 people vanished during church service in Nigeria, and many Nigerians are asking one question: how did this happen again? If you think insecurity in Nigeria cannot shock you anymore, this story will change your mind. Gunmen stormed 3 churches at the same time during worship and abducted over 150 worshippers in Kaduna State. This is not a rumor. This is not social media exaggeration. This is a confirmed report, and the details are disturbing. Before we continue, like this video and subscribe if you want verified Nigerian news without exaggeration or fear-mongering. According to reports, the attack happened on Sunday in Kurmin Wali, a community in the Kajuru area of Kaduna State. Gunmen struck simultaneously while church services and mass were ongoing in the Evangelical Church Winning All, a Cherubim and Seraphim church, and a Catholic church. Worshippers were inside praying when the attackers arrived. A Kaduna State lawmaker, Usman Danlami Single, confirmed that 177 people were initially missing after the attack. As of the latest update, 11 people have returned, leaving 168 worshippers still missing. Let that sink in. If this story worries you as much as it worries millions of Nigerians, tap the like button so more people can see this. So far, Kaduna State Police have not released an official statement. No group has claimed responsibility. And this silence is what's raising even more concern. Because this is not an isolated incident. Northern Nigeria has experienced repeated attacks on communities, especially in areas with limited security presence. Many Nigerians are now asking, where were the security forces? How could attackers coordinate 3 church attacks at once? And why does this keep happening? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the government is doing enough? This attack is already drawing international attention. In the past, similar church attacks have led to foreign accusations, especially from U.S. political figures, claiming that Christians are being targeted in Nigeria. The Nigerian government has strongly rejected those claims, insisting that Nigeria's security crisis affects all communities, regardless of religion. Officials describe the violence as a national security problem driven by criminal gangs and armed groups, not religious persecution. But for families still waiting for their loved ones to return, these explanations offer little comfort. If you want updates on this story as it develops, subscribe and turn on notifications. These were not soldiers. These were not politicians. These were ordinary Nigerians attending church, parents, children, elderly worshippers. As of now, 168 families are still waiting, hoping their loved ones will return alive. This is the real cost of insecurity. If you believe Nigerian lives deserve better protection, share this video. The big question now is what happens next? Will there be accountability? Or will this story fade away like many others? History shows that public pressure matters. When Nigerians speak, authorities are forced to respond. That is why stories like this must not be ignored. If you believe those responsible must be found, subscribe for continued coverage, analysis, and verified updates. This is not just a northern issue. This is a Nigerian problem, and until security improves, no community is truly safe. In other news, FCT workers have refused to return to work, and the strike in Abuja is entering a critical phase as unions openly challenge the government's claims. Workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration have continued their indefinite strike, rejecting claims by the FCTM management that most of their demands have been resolved. The strike began on Monday after workers said the authorities failed to address long-standing labor and welfare issues. In response, the FCTA, through the Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Public Communications, Lere Olayinka, claimed that 10 out of the 14 demands presented by the unions had already been met, remaining just 4. But the workers' union is strongly disputing that claim. The Joint Union Action Congress, also known as JUACE, says there is no agreement between the union and the FCTA on any of the issues raised. According to a statement signed by JUACE Secretary Abdullahi Saleh, none of the demands have been conclusively implemented or independently verified. The union insists that issues such as payment of wage awards, rural allowances, promotion arrears from 2023, and compliance with public service rules remain unresolved. JUA says the strike has not been suspended or relaxed and has called on workers to remain united until every demand is fully implemented. If you work or live in Abuja, this directly affects you. Share this video so more people understand what is really happening. The union also distanced itself from statements credited to the Association of Resident Doctors in the FCT, which had acknowledged the payment of 13 months hazard allowance arrears and 1 month wage award. According to the union, several key issues are still unresolved. These include unpaid promotion arrears, non-remittance of National Housing Fund and pension deductions, alleged tenure elongation of directors and permanent secretaries, concerns over the promotion examination process, staff intimidation, limited training opportunities, and restrictions linked to the salary payment portal. JUA also opposed moves by the FCTA to shift responsibility for statutory deductions to workers, saying such a move violates public service financial regulation. The union maintains that the strike followed due process, including the expiration of a 7-day ultimatum, and says it remains open to dialogue, but only after concrete action is taken. Drop a comment and tell us your view. Do you think the workers are right to continue this strike? On the other side, the FCTA insists progress has been made. According to the administration, the FCT minister has held several meetings with union leaders and expressed willingness to address the demands. The FCTA says payment of the 5 months wage award has already commenced, while 13 months hazard allowance and 22 months rural allowance for health workers have been paid. It also claims that outstanding promotion arrears for 2023, amounting to over 286 million naira and covering 724 offices across 24 secretariats, departments and agencies, were approved in December 2025 and are being processed for payment. The administration added that issues relating to tenure elongation have been addressed with assurances of compliance with public service rules. On training, the FCTA says all departments have been directed to submit training needs, and a committee involving workers has been set up to resolve issues around NHF and pension deductions. The administration also advised unions to wait for the official release of promotion examination results. The FCTA further noted that some unions, including the Law Officers Association of Nigeria, have distanced themselves from the strike and has called on security agencies to allow workers who wish to work access to their offices. Despite all this, JUACE insists the strike will continue until all demands are fully implemented. This situation raises serious questions. Is the government doing enough, or are workers being pushed to the wall once again? Will this strike end soon, or is Abuja facing a prolonged shutdown of public service? Subscribe to this channel for ongoing updates and clear analysis as this story develops. This is not just about workers. This is about governance, accountability, and trust. Thank you for watching. Stay informed.